Hi, I'm going to teach you some of the basics of juggling today. The idea is that we're going to go through one ball juggling, we're going to go to add a second ball after a while, and then at some point you'll be juggling 3 balls. We're going to start with one. Find a soft ball, preferably a hacky sack, or a beanbag, or a stress ball, something that will not bounce away. And to help with that, I would suggest standing in front of a bed so that when you drop it, you won't get overly frustrated. There will be some frustration, but dropping it is just part of learning. Try and keep that in mind. But a bed in front of you, something that doesn't bounce, these are things to help lessen the frustration. So with your one ball, whatever it happens to be, we're going to throw it a little over eye height, kind of the top of your head level, kind of in a scooping fashion like this. You can even practice that a little bit if you want. I'm going to go kind of fast because you can rewind this at any time and go over whatever you want. So with that one ball, we're going to practice just throwing it up to the other hand. What we're shooting for here is the height consistency, to be able to throw it the same height every time so that you don't have to look at your hands. The idea is not to have to go like this because that gets really complicated. Your hands over time will know that you're going to throw it consistently every time. So practice this. Try to throw it like this about 100 times. If you can keep from dropping it, you are golden for the second ball. So the second ball, once the first ball gets to the top of the arc, you're going to throw it right under here. If I didn't mention it, your eye should be about at the top of the arc. So let's go back to that. When you're throwing, you're looking right up here, top of the arc. Okay, so second ball. When it gets to the top of the first ball gets to the top of the arc, you throw it under. So it's going to go whoosh, wah, whoosh, wah. You don't have to make sound effects, but it makes it more fun. Every once in a while, if you want to put on your rubber nose just to make it more fun, it's supposed to be fun. And sometimes when it gets kind of frustrating, you lose track of that fun. So the rubber nose helps with that. But once the ball gets to the top of the arc, you throw the second one under. Practice that, again, about 100 times. Sometimes start with your right hand. Sometimes start with your left hand. Gets to the top of the arc, then you throw it. Don't throw it at the same time. Don't wait too long, but when it gets to the top of the arc, you throw. Very good. After 100 times of that and feeling more comfortable, then you get the third ball. Sometimes it's fun to throw a hat on when you get to the third ball. If you don't like that hat, there are other things that are a little bit more challenging. Construction hat is quite challenging. We'll just go with the traditional clown hat. So, what you have is you have 2 balls down. Whatever you're going to start with on the third ball, start with a ball that has 2 balls. Whatever hand you're going to start with the hand that has 2 balls in it. Yeah, something like that. So there we go. We're going to go, and then you're just going to do that same sort of throw it underneath, and you're just going to keep going. My suggestion as you're starting this is just to go to 4 throws. So here you have, that's 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. So if you get to that far, you're starting to feel comfortable, practice that a bunch of times. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 throws and catches consistently, starting to feel good. Again, you're throwing it underneath. Sometimes with 2 balls, you can't imagine where is that third ball going to go, but you have a lot of space right here, and so it gets to the Yeah, so what we're doing is we're throwing Again, consistent heights, trying to be predictable for your hands. And then you can start doing fun things like thinking about it being small in a box and then throwing it as high as possible. You're going to drop it. Even when you get good, you're going to drop it. It's just the way it goes. But try and have fun with it. Again, start with one ball. Go for consistency of height. Then throw in that second ball. You're throwing it under. And then when you get to the third ball, start with the hand that has 2 balls in it. And then just start with 4, and then maybe just add the 5th one. And then just keep going. Hope you have fun with this. Make it fun.